tonight. I'm going downtown. 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 Hey, ain't nothing you can tell me that I don't already know.
Today is Saturday, October 19th, and you're listening to In the Core. My name is OT, and I'm one of your hosts for this amazing show. To my right, as always, is my fellow co-host, Swap. Say what's up, Swap.
What's up, OT?
I'm all right, just feeling a little bit under the weather. How about you?
Are you actually sick?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, man, I thought it was just I don't know, but I'm tired. This has been a rough week by all measures.
Yeah, now it's raining outside, so I think that's a good indicator of how the week's gone so far.
We are recording on a Saturday night for the first time in the Core history to show you how busy our week has been.
Yes, sir.
We are actually in a different room, and we are short-staffed today. We only have 3 of the 4 main guests, and Gurveer is one of those guests. He just arrived. Gurveer, how are you?
What's up?
Let's not forget, Gurveer is actually our producer.
Gurveer is our producer, so he's the one who sticks around on the late nights and produces the show.
Yeah, and today's going to be a late night for Gurveer.
Yeah, well, at least I don't have to wear pants when you're producing.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gurveer. That's why we keep him muted,
So let's introduce the first. Okay, so Gurveer, please. The response was amazing to your muted mic situation, so
exactly.
Press the button.
I know, I love it. Yeah, okay.
We're saying bye to Gurveer.
Oh, you are now? Okay. I thought you wanted a good conversation with Gurveer.
We might, and you can unmute your mic when that happens.
It is going to be a shorter show anyway. I'm sure OT will cover it a bit later.
Yeah, don't feel ways, Gurveer. Don't feel ways.
Right.
Ways. That's the word of the day.
Yeah, ways. Apparently, Swap doesn't know what ways
I do not
is.
know.
Where are you from again, Swap?
Markham, Ontario.
Markham, they don't have urban language around there?
I don't even think in west side of Chicago they know what ways means.
Yeah, just for our listeners out there. Oh, my goodness. Feeling ways means to, catch feelings and just generally get upset. Or just, if they ask me to mute my mic, I'd feel ways. So, Gurveer.
That makes absolutely no sense.
You can turn to Swap
whatsoever.
Eventually and just say, I feel ways.
I feel ways. Anyways, OT's other keyword of the day?
Ox.
Yeah,
so whenever you find yourself in an awkward situation, just remember, you say ox. Shout out to all the girls out there.
That's I
learned that from all my women.
That's an animal, right?
Because I surround myself with women, mostly.
Ox is an animal, but
I'm talking about AWKS. My dad actually said it today. I was surprised.
So it's obviously not young.
So if you hang around me too long, you'll start saying ox.
That must be a Brampton thing, I'm assuming.
Ox.
Nah, Brampton's cooler than that.
Nah, they don't say ox in Brampton. Yeah. It's more of a white girl thing, actually. I channel my inner white girl from time to time. I don't go to Starbucks, though. Okay, I'm going to switch topics.
Shout out to the Cool Lime Refresher. Everyone loves a nice Cool Lime Refresher.
Yes, sir. Today's show is actually going to be a short one. Swap, why is this?
Because you forgot your charger, OT, and our laptop that we use to record this is dying by the second.
Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for this, but you know what? I think we're going to kill it.
We have a special surprise, so if the show does end late, producer Gurveer is going to put in a little treat for the remainder of the show that we can't record live here today, and you guys can all catch that on the YouTube, and where else are we on? The MP3 version?
You get to say Facebook, the
Facebook,
drop.
Twitter.
Yeah, Facebook,
yes.
Twitter, follow us, like
on Twitter.
We're blowing up.
How many followers do we have?
On Twitter, we're up to 12 now.
12 followers.
Yeah, 6 of that is my family members. I don't.
And then I created 3 accounts just so we got some good followership.
Yeah, plus I dropped this article this week that went viral. How many likes did I get? 35?
Yeah, so
I think that's a canon record.
In what book, rule book or record book is 35 viral?
Listen, 35 at U of T is viral. All right. For those who don't know, I dropped my NBA preview article. I think I might get some awards for that. I'm going to tweet it at the NBA, send it out to, NBC, CBC, Sportsnet, 360, all that. So, I might not be doing this show for much longer.
Because
I remember where I came from.
Because of the poor performance and the fact that we might fire you. Don't worry, we'll consider your performance and we'll make our necessary workforce adjustments in the coming quarter.
Don't fire me.
What else is going on this week? Midterms. Midterms.
They're back.
Midterms. They're taking their toll.
Yes, sir. Being away from school last year to work is definitely better feeling than this week. This is one of the weeks that remind you why Want to be out of this
For
institution
me, this is
real
one of the
quick.
weeks that reminded me of what work was like.
Oh, you were that busy at work?
That busy at work.
Didn't they pay for your cab home?
Had a real
and stuff
job.
Like that? Give you dinner?
Had a real job, OT.
Yeah, the real job, Gurveer.
Gurveer has the realest job of all of us.
Oh yeah, real job here, yo.
Don't mention your job, Gurveer.
No, seriously,
we don't
I'm
want.
not going to mention it. It's
we don't want
actually
people to
in
know.
our policy that I'm not allowed to mention it on social media, and I think this counts because we post on Facebook.
Yeah, those 12 followers are really. OT family's gonna come after you. Yeah.
I know, seriously. It was in our agreement when we signed it.
Oh man, you know what? Maybe I'll put our link in my next article since it goes all viral and stuff.
All right, keep that up, OT. We're gonna go short on breaks this episode as well. So I know many of you enjoy our commercial breaks, but we're probably gonna have a break kind of midway through the show. But we're not gonna have too many more after that. So we're gonna keep it pretty quick. So for those of you who are complaining about how long the podcast is, here's your chance to have a shortened version.
Yeah, so grab your hot beverage and strap up.
That was kind of a little bit ox.
Thought about it. My listeners probably like ox. But yeah, let's get into it.
What are we talking about first?
You want to talk some baseball? We want to talk some football.
We're going to talk about baseball-ish a bit later, and stay tuned for that. For those of you who
our
kind of can
baseball
predict.
specialist not here.
Israel not in the building today. No guest either. We couldn't get a guest out on a Saturday night.
Yeah, I feel ways.
But we do have
a
couple potential interesting guests in the pipeline. That's all I'm going to say right now. In the pipeline.
Ladies and gentlemen, tune in. Make sure you keep up the followership, and we appreciate you.
And really, for those of you who like kind of the analytical and technical side of sports and the smart, intelligent side of sports, where tactical planning and thinking goes in, you're going to like the rest of the guests, or some of the guests that we have lined up for the rest of the season. But let's start by talking some football, because that's what we're best at, and we know we're best at it. Pigskin Preview.
Yes, sir.
My weekly, that's been going on for 7 weeks now, OT.
Yeah, one of your better ones.
NFL article that you can catch on the Cannon website, or we always post it on In the Core. Week 7 that we were talking about?
We are talking week 7, yes.
Week 7, we're getting to the halfway point of the NFL season, and the injury bug is biting hard. And for those of you who have fantasy teams, it probably sucks right now if you have Julio Jones, Randall Cobb, James Jones. Anyone else that you want major names that you want to mention?
Vince Wilfork.
Well, so Patriots defense, I don't know, they're still doing good.
Yeah, they're doing good, but true. My bad.
But they're
more offensive.
There are many more. Calvin Johnson with some injury troubles.
David Wilson. I know he was supposed to have a breakout season.
Ahmad Bradshaw, Vic Ballard.
Oh, Ahmad Bradshaw, out for the season, yeah.
Vic Ballard. So the list, Roddy White's apparently out for tomorrow's game. The list goes on, but one person who's coming back is Patriots star tight end Rob Gronkowski. No, not Aaron Hernandez, but Rob Gronkowski.
Hernandez watch is still on. But yeah, Rob Gronkowski has been cleared to play this weekend, guys. He's been practicing for a couple of weeks, actually, but he just hasn't seen the field. So, I don't know, guys. I think Patriots are already killing it. Gronkowski's back to give Brady a safety blanket, so I envision good things for the Patriots.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Patriots have somehow won this many games to this point, and Gronkowski will only make their team better. I think it will add that little bit of... They're facing a lot of holes. Gronkowski fills in a lot of holes because there's not a lot of receivers for Brady to throw to at this point. So.
Yeah, and I know Jimmy Graham's leading the league in receiving yards, and Vernon Davis set some records last weekend.
35 fantasy points.
Thank God I had him on. Thank God I had him on my
Gronkowski's
team.
back to reclaim his spot as number 1 tight end in the league.
I don't know about that.
Okay, I'm getting too ambitious, but yeah, he's back.
Top 5 tight end, top 3 tight end, maybe.
So we'll talk about one of last week's game of the week in the Patriots and the Saints in a bit, but Gronkowski, yeah, I agree. How can you? It doesn't really hurt a team that is already doing pretty well.
Yes.
But you know what? He's not. I don't know if he's 100%. He's just coming back. It's gonna take him a while to get into the swing of things. So expect him to see limited targets. I don't know if I'd start
honestly,
him.
I think maybe 5 catch, 50 yards, touchdown.
I don't even think that. I don't know. Was that Sorry, I think. He might see the ball a couple times, be in there for some blocking or some decoy purposes, but just the first game of the season. And who are they playing? Do you know? Jets. So why would they
Jets
risk?
defense.
Why
Jets
would they
defense.
risk him getting injured?
I think they might take some shots at him, actually.
Exactly. So I don't know if I'd put him out there.
That's a
just
division
yet.
game, right? Division rivalry, so we'll see.
Get him
See how
warmed
it
up
goes.
maybe a little bit. But anyways,
Yes, sir. Switching gears, Peyton Manning.
let's talk about Peyton Manning. And once again, we'll mention the matchup in further detail when we talk about our game of the weeks for this week. But interesting storylines coming
sir.
out of Indianapolis with Jim Irsay, the owner of the Colts,
yeah, he's
having some
taking
choice
shots.
words for Peyton Manning and his move from Indianapolis to Denver. OT, talk about that.
Well, basically he dissed Manning, which is how most people see it. I mean, although he's probably going to come out eventually and say, you know what, people took my words out, the media took my words out of context, but he pretty much put a damper on Peyton Manning's, I guess, time in Indianapolis, which was a time when he went to one Super Bowl, maybe won one MVP. I don't remember.
He won a bunch of MVPs. Yeah, he did win one Super Bowl.
Won one Super Bowl. My bad. Lost a couple. His playoff record was a negative or whatever. So
yeah, for sure.
It was a great career, but I think Irsay's still a little bit upset that
he left.
Yeah,
So
that
it's
he
the
was
LeBron
kinda bigger
James
than the
syndrome.
team.
It's like Dan Snyder and LeBron James.
Yeah, you know how these guys are.
Do you think Peyton Manning is the best Colts quarterback ever?
That's tough because you got Johnny Unitas on that list.
Yeah, that was the one.
Yeah. So, I guess you have to say, yeah, sure. But then I think you have to wait until Peyton Manning's Denver career is over to say whether he was a better quarterback overall. Because at the end of the day...
No, but I don't know. While he was in, who was the better Colts quarterback?
Yeah, I guess you could say Johnny Unitas didn't have much chance to get the top prize because the Super Bowl was only established in the late 60s, so his career was almost done at that point. Well,
Good job, Gurveer. I like the history lesson and the
And he had that tough loss, though, right? Against Joe Namath.
Yeah, to Joe Namath. So, yeah, that's true. So he probably could have easily won 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, I think Manning's legacy is just he didn't win enough.
Yeah.
Well, he won a Super Bowl.
When it mattered.
He won
one Super Bowl.
How many did Unitas win?
He won 1.
So there you go, 1-1.
Yeah.
Listen, if LeBron James only won 1 title in his career, he wouldn't be talked about as great.
No, we're not saying is he the greatest ever. We're saying is he the greatest Colt.
Just saying,
right? And Manning had broken most of Dan Marino's records while in Indianapolis. So I don't know. I'm going to vote. Yeah, he is. He is the greatest.
I think I'm going to agree with that. But I think the problem is that a lot of people still consider Peyton Manning to be like a football version of Alex Rodriguez minus the steroids.
In what sense?
Like he has all the stats. He has every single stat winning category. But I know he doesn't have home runs. But that's beyond the point. But he's not clutch. Like, he hasn't got the big wins when he needs to.
I don't know.
Except for one.
Yeah.
Which Alex Rodriguez.
And if you look at the number of times he's been in the AFC Championship game, and I would still put Tom Brady ahead of him because he has those many Super Bowls, but it's not like there are any other Colts quarterbacks who are better. I mean, Jim Sorgi was good,
oh yeah,
he had that run, and where they won.
Don't they always?
Where they won that Week 17 game.
Where they scored that. they got the ball to the 40-yard line. And
let's not forget Curtis Painter, one of the best actually.
Curtis Painter, yep.
Yeah.
But anyways, on a more serious note, you never know. Maybe Andrew Luck, although he didn't show it.
They're planning to honor Manning this week. So.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's going to be all festivities, there might be some tears.
Weird.
Yeah. It's kind of weird, because you're actually playing.
Yeah.
But, I mean, when else would you get an opportunity to do it, right? Off-season, playoffs.
That's a good point.
But, yeah, I mean, celebrate him, maybe halftime before the game, bring out his family, something like that. I'm sure the people in Indianapolis don't hold hard feelings towards him just because he left on a medical issue and had to sit out for a year and all that. So it's not a LeBron James situation.
Yeah, I think it's closer to like a Joe Montana situation where Joe Montana left for Kansas City and they brought up Steve Young to start in this place. In this case, they drafted Andrew Luck and had Andrew Luck replace Peyton Manning.
Yeah, everything kind of fell into place for both franchises, so no one holds any hard feelings. Colts outlook is looking good for the next 10 plus years. Denver Super Bowl outlook for the next couple of seasons looking good, so I don't think anyone's upset.
DeMarco Murray. Steve Johnson, Matt Schaub, other names of players who are injured who I had on my fantasy team.
Yeah, and actually the Texans this week are going to start a rookie quarterback.
TJ Yates?
No, Case Keenum.
TJ Yates not even a rookie, but it's funny how Yates pulled a Matt Schaub last week and threw a pick six.
It was, and he threw a pick six to a linebacker. So not as bad as, throws a safety quarter or whatever, but he stepped right in.
Yeah, I know.
Schaub got injured. People laughed, they cheered or whatever. And Yates comes in and does the exact same thing.
Good stuff. Okay, if you have to sneeze, go ahead. Because he's like,
I'm good. I'm doing this for my listeners. They love to hear my voice.
He's trying to hold the mic. You could mute your mic and just sneeze. It's all good.
Oh, true. Wait, let's switch gears. Josh Freeman.
Yeah, I know. Josh Freeman. Just do it. Sneeze.
I'm good. I'm good.
Every 5 seconds, he'll say a word, then he'll go back and hold his sneeze in, and it's really weird. It's concerning me. Well, let's all take a minute to pause and watch OT sneeze. Are you okay?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Not even a sneeze. I just have a stuffed nose, so it's hard to talk.
All right, make sure we sanitize that mic after. Let's talk about Josh Freeman.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, he did his thing last season a little bit. Clashed with the coach this season. Never actually saw eye to eye. Gets released after a few weeks this season. His personal information comes out, drug program, drug policy, all his drug tests, 40-something drug tests in the last year or so. And now he gets picked up by Minnesota for, 1 year, $3 million, $6 million contract? And 2 weeks after, he's the starting quarterback. Is this a 1 week thing, or is this a...
I don't know, you got Matt Castle there, and I actually like Matt Castle. I think he could be a starting quarterback. Josh Freeman,
So we're just going to forget about Christian Ponder?
Yeah, I forgot about Christian Ponder. I was pondering him, and then, no, I wasn't.
Yeah.
Hey, Tim Tebow's still available. You never know.
Hey, if Josh Freeman came on the street, Tebow has a chance.
Chad Henne looked good, though, and I don't know if... I'm talking about the Jaguars, of course,
Jaguars
because
Dolphins.
that was those were
the last week.
That was the team where Tebow was rumored to apparently were having a rally to bring Tebow back, but Chad Henne looked pretty good, and I think they're going to stick with him.
I think I said this a couple of weeks ago. Chad Henne's career is come in, throw a lot of yards, don't do much, don't win a lot of games, stay in the league.
Yeah, it's still a career.
Works out, gets paid, right?
Better than Tavares Jackson.
Yo, you think Matt Flynn's going to start in Buffalo this week?
That's what it was. Yeah, Matt Flynn. I think he should. I think the guy's a good quarterback.
Yeah, because the quarterback that started last week, Thaddeus Lewis, he hurt his ankle or something, so it's an opening.
Matt Flynn went to Seattle, right?
Yeah, he was supposed to be a starter last year.
Green Bay,
no, he went to
Seattle,
Oakland.
to Oakland. Okay. Seattle before Oakland.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, and then released this a couple weeks ago. Now Buffalo.
What's funny, and I'm pretty sure people have talked about it. Sorry, OT's once again holding in that sneeze. But I'm sorry, I just gotta watch this. Okay, anyways, Matt Flynn, he was a backup to Aaron Rodgers, right? And he left Green Bay to go to Seattle to hopefully be a starter before Russell Wilson came on and blossomed his career. Very similar to the starter that Seattle had previous to him, Matt Hasselbeck, right? So Hasselbeck was the backup for Brett Favre, and then he went to Seattle. It's very interesting how things, but unfortunately it didn't work out for Matt Flynn. Matt Flynn is in Buffalo with E.J. Manuel and who else?
Undrafted free agent, don't worry.
That guy looked good last week.
That's the third guy that started this season.
Well,
they played this season,
yeah.
sorry.
But the Bills team on a whole, they've been playing teams tough. Their record doesn't show it, but they've been leading or tied in every game this season going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, actually, E.J. Manuel could be out for about 6 weeks, I hear. So,
well, you never know. I think Matt Flynn might be a better quarterback than he'll be a different kind of quarterback, but I think we have to watch out for it. Let's talk about last week's game of the week, or game of the weeks, sort of. Gurveer, do you have the records with you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Let's hear them.
Yeah, so the records. So everyone picked New Orleans in last week's game.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone picked New Orleans.
All right.
It's a clean sweep. Probably the closest one. Swap only picked a lot of people picked by high margins, too.
What did I pick by?
You picked by 7.
Yep.
And everyone else picked by at least 14.
So remember.
What? Yeah.
No way I did that.
Yeah, well, it's right.
You just didn't get my right.
You said New Orleans 30-15.
OT, the bad.
I said that?
Yeah.
The bad.
You know what? When they played against the Bengals last week and couldn't score a touchdown, what do you expect?
That Tom Brady would respond with a big game, and that's what he did.
Was it a big game? Did he have a big game?
No, he responded with a clutch performance. And that's what he's known for, winning the game.
One drive.
Okay, anyways, Gurveer, what about the other game?
All right. And then, as you know, our next game of the week was a bit of a different thing. We were just picking whether Denver would cover that 28-point spread against Jacksonville, which they did not. So the only
Did I
one...
get that right?
No, the only one who picked...
The champ is here.
Yep, the only one to pick Jacksonville to cover their spread was Swap. So Swap went 1-2 last
Thank
week.
you. 1-1.
1-1, sorry.
1-1.
And then everyone else went 0-2.
It's all good. It's all good. It's a long season. We're just going into week 7.
The football expert on the panel, myself.
All right, man. Basketball season's coming soon. If you want to take me on, I'm here.
We'll do Game of the Weeks for basketball. I don't mind. We should start doing Game of the Weeks for hockey. Okay, let's do that. Gurveer, what are the standings?
All right, so the updated standings now. Okay, we got Swap taking first place at 6-5. Then you got Israel at 5-5. Myself at 5-6, and then you have OT at 3-8.
Congratulations! Good job, OT.
What up?
3-8.
First from the back.
Don't worry, you'll get the draft. You'll get the first draft pick for next season.
Hey, I don't feel ways.
This week's Game of the Weeks, we're gonna have 2 of them. One of them's a beauty, and the other one's a big time division rival. First up, Dallas at Philadelphia. Dallas coming off a win in Washington, although nowhere near as impressive as the performance that Tony Romo put up 2 weeks ago in Denver. Philadelphia doing things of their own, both of them tied at 3-3, guys. Who do you have? Mike Vick is injured and I believe ruled out for this game.
Yeah, I'm sure he's ruled out. Nick Foles last 2 weeks killed it. Top. He's putting himself up there with quarterbacks, and he's also trying to cause some controversy in Philadelphia.
Controversy. Did we talk about this?
He's starting to cause some trouble or stir some waters in Philadelphia. So I'm going with Philadelphia because they're on a roll. Nick Foles is doing his thing, and Dallas' defense is banged up, allegedly. So I'm going with Philadelphia by 6. Close game. It's going to be a good one.
And if OT's voice is soft, it's because he's a little under the weather, but not to worry. We will still power through. Gurveer, who do you have?
I'm going to pick Dallas in this game because I think Romo will have a lot to earn him by winning this game. So I'm going to say Dallas takes it. I'm going to say Dallas takes it by 10.
So this will be tough. You got DeMarco Murray out, or doubtful, but I'm pretty sure he'll be out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure so.
Tony Romo, though, with Des Bryant, you never know. And who's the other guy? They got Terrence Williams. He's also pretty showing some good things.
Good pickup for me on my fantasy team.
Yeah, I missed out on that one. I like Dallas by 3. I think it's going to be a close one, but I don't know how good Nick Foles really is.
Okay.
Second game of
Doubt him.
Remember, OT, you're 3-8, so if I just pick against you for the rest of the year, I probably will do good.
Good one.
The second game of the week, probably the game of the week from a hype and talent perspective. The Denver Broncos and Peyton Manning go back to Peyton's old home, Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana, playing the Indianapolis Colts and Andrew Luck. Guys, Denver's undefeated. They are coming off what was a tougher test than most thought against Jacksonville and a really tough test in Dallas. What do you think is going to happen in this game?
I think there's going to be a lot of emotion. It's going to be a tough crowd. Peyton Manning's coming in with his new Denver team, who's obviously top of the league and Super Bowl favorites right now for most people. Colts are coming off a disappointing loss to the San Diego Chargers, which is they underestimated the Chargers and we're kind of looking forward to this game from 2 weeks ago. Andrew Luck will be looking to bounce back, but I think Peyton Manning and the Denver team will be too much for them. So I'm going Manning, Denver. Denver actually by 10.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with a lot of the points that OT made. I think this is going to be a tougher test for Denver. Probably, I think, on paper, the toughest test they're going to face this season. Because Indianapolis defense is a lot better than people expected. And they didn't show it last week, obviously, against San Diego. But they do have the potential to go off, score their 30, 35 points in any game, even against this Denver defense, which Tony Romo because he destroyed a couple weeks ago, too. So I'm going to say Denver still takes it, though, because Denver is a very complete team. They've had a couple of their receivers have been asleep the last 2 weeks, especially Demaryius Thomas. So I'm going to say Demaryius gets the ball a couple of times, and Denver takes it. Denver takes it by 14.
I'm going to do it again where I can't remember what I picked in the pigskin preview, so I apologize if there's a discrepancy here. But as good as Indianapolis is, it's like we all learned last week, don't bet against Tom Brady, don't bet against Peyton Manning. Taking Peyton Manning, Broncos to win by 14 as well. So me and Gurveer are unanimous this week?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. Broncos?
Chose the Broncos?
By 14?
By 14.
Okay, I chose them by 10.
Yeah. And then, yeah.
But then the other game.
Oh, yeah, well, there's
we
a
both
difference
picked
in
Dallas and you picked Philly, right?
All right,
No,
let's go. Let's get
I
it.
picked Dallas by 10, you picked Dallas by 3.
Yeah, well, the point is, from a record standpoint, you're not passing me.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe
I should get more strategic if I want to take the overall lead.
We'll probably pick some tougher games. Maybe that'll help.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, flex our muscles a little bit. I mean, these are tough games, but let's go into the lower regions of the league and show that we can really get into the facts and the numbers and stuff.
all right. That's it for the football talk for this week. Once
Yes,
again,
sir.
pigskin preview, cannon.skule.ca. Guys, one thing I want to do before we take a break, fantasy pick. One player who you think is going to break out that you have to start this week.
Ooh.
On the spot. Did you not have any notice of this coming?
Man. Well, a guy I picked up personally, Zach Stacy, playing for St. Louis Rams. Look out for him to do a couple of things. He's been building up his carries over the last couple of weeks, and I expect some things this week.
Gurveer.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Ryan Matthews playing against Jacksonville. I know had a gooder game than they expected.
Gooder. Nice,
Yeah, sorry
nice
about
grammar
that.
you got there.
Yeah. We'll call the education I received.
That's your Brampton education.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Wait,
Anyway.
pick a player.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say Ryan Matthews. Well, I think he can get a touchdown, maybe 2 touchdowns, and a lot of yards against this Jacksonville team. I think they're gonna be a little bit spent on their defense, and I think he'll gonna break out and get more than expected from him.
He better, because I have him on my fantasy team, and with DeMarco Murray out, I need him to do good. My pick is actually going to be Green Bay Packer wide receiver Jarrett Boykin with Randall Cobb and James Jones out.
Is there any particular bias to this choice?
Not at all. I'm very neutral.
Oh, okay. Not that he's on your team.
Nevertheless, it's still a good pick because if you have Aaron Rodgers
or a cheesehead or anything.
You want to keep talking? Or? You have Aaron Rodgers up against the Cleveland Browns defense with no James Jones, no Randall Cobb, Jordy Nelson, and this guy, Jarrett Boykin, are going to see a lot of touches. So
Cleveland Browns?
Cleveland Browns.
They have a top defense. So, anyways, that's Swap's pick. I'm going to let his pick go.
Yeah, like any of your picks actually work. That's it for the football talk. We're going to come back.
Zach Stacy, people.
We're going to come back, and if you know anyone or have ever heard of the city of Boston, you will like what we're going to talk about next. You're watching, probably not watching, but you're listening to In the Core.
And breathe, just breathe. Oh, breathe, just breathe.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are back with In the Core, and funny discussion we just had in our break there. Found out that there's a direct correlation between listening to our show while you study and your grades you get on your tests or midterms
Yes,
or whatever.
sir, there is.
And it's positive correlation.
Gurveer did not listen to this podcast while he was studying,
while getting his great education.
And he did not get any marks on any of the tests that he wrote this week. Any of them.
No joke.
0 marks. Nothing correct. Everything
All facts.
wrong.
Facts only.
And we're not even lying about that. What are we talking about? Let's talk about something that happened last Sunday. So for those of you who are listening to this right when we release it, it is probably about 7 days ago. OT is pointing to the floor. I don't know why.
Gang signs.
Got it.
Scratch that out.
Last Sunday, we start with, obviously, the game of the week, which we didn't talk about in the NFL segment, but we should have. The New England Patriots and the New Orleans Saints, a pretty good game. We all thought that this was going to be a good game, but never in our wildest dreams did we imagine that we would see what we saw. It was not a good quarterbacking performance by either of the future Hall of Fame quarterbacks, Tom Brady and Drew Brees, but the ending was wow.
Yeah, I think it's probably the best 5 minutes that no one saw live to end the game. So
I saw it live.
I saw it live.
So then, are we no one?
No, I mean like people in the stadium who left.
I see.
Yeah, you got into that, right?
Yeah. So let's rewind. So we're talking, and I apologize if I don't have the right numbers. Once again, it's been a long week. Shout out to that super system diagram. That's an Indy joke.
No, I know. I just bring tears to my eyes. I wanted to laugh, but it's just tears. But yeah,
Gap
let's go
analysis.
on. Let's go on.
So it's like 2 minutes or so, something like that, to go in the fourth. Drew Brees has just scored a touchdown. Brady's got the ball. 2 possessions, 1 interception, and one he couldn't convert on 4 downs. So he turned the ball
and it
over
was
on 4
in
downs.
the Patriots' side of the field. So you would imagine
Game's over. Time
over.
to go home. The traffic on that
first
freeway.
downs,
I don't know
take a
much
knee.
about Boston traffic, but I'm assuming it's going to be bad coming from Foxborough into the city.
Yeah, plus you got a lot of people trying to get in the same direction.
Yeah,
right?
big game
Leave
coming
the
on,
parking
right?
lot or whatever.
Trying to get to Fenway.
Exactly.
For those of you who don't know, Foxborough is, I think, south. Not even close to the city. It's like towards Connecticut and south portion. So, it's a long drive. So, perfectly understandable to leave early.
Yeah.
Like, what's Tom Brady doesn't throw a touchdown the previous game. He's not going to.
Yeah, he's not clutch or anything.
He's not clutch. It's not like he's done anything ever in his career before.
Yeah, it's not like Patriots defense is alright and could get the ball back or anything.
Yeah, I don't know what like these those 10 people who stayed back. I don't know what they were thinking. Yeah.
Just hoping to get maybe a game ball thrown their way or something.
Maybe, yeah.
Brady's towel.
Okay, I think we've carried this on a bit too long.
Okay.
Anyways, the few people who were in Gillette Stadium in Foxborough were able to witness the greatest comeback of the season with Tom Brady throwing a touchdown pass with 5 seconds left to take the game and the victory and bring the Patriots to 5-1.
Amazing. I dropped a tweet. That's how much Brady and my respect with that last throw especially.
They were cheering in Foxborough, they were cheering in New Hampshire, and they were cheering at Fenway Park, where the Detroit Tigers and the Boston Red Sox had just kicked off game 1 or 2? Game 2.
Yeah, game 2.
Of the ALCS, the American League Championship Series. And they played, they showed the score, and the Fenway Park erupted as if David Ortiz just hit a grand slam. It was pretty cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of David Ortiz hitting a grand slam, the Red Sox didn't do too well early on. This is now we're talking 7 o'clock at night. The Patriots game is about done, heading into the 8 o'clock hour.
Right.
Tigers get a couple runs on board. The Sox get one run on the board. Before you know it, it's 5-1 Detroit. Not looking very good. Sox are probably going to go down 0-2, losing both home games to start the ALCS. And then Mr. Clutch, the inventor and creator of Clutch.
Okay, relax. But yeah, go on.
David Ortiz walks up with the bases loaded, and Gurveer, what happens? In one word.
Well, he hit a ball.
One
word. Okay.
One word.
Gurveer.
All right. Hit it.
That's 2.
Slam it. Or what's a word that could describe home
Anyway,
run?
Great education, people. Great
we've,
education. In Google Gurveer.
Oh, wait.
Find out what you want.
The word you're looking for is clutch.
No. But anyways, grand slam home run, cleared the bases.
Definitely not clutch myself, sorry.
Tied the game at 5. The Red Sox went on to win that game in the 9th inning to tie the series up 1-1. Same day, within 10 hours of each other, 2 amazing performances by the clutch faces of Boston and 2 victories for the sports teams in Boston's guys. Is Boston the greatest sports city in the history of North America?
No, Toronto is.
Silence for that.
Bad joke.
Let's have a
Bad joke.
moment of silence for all
Shout
Toronto
out to
teams.
Toronto. We love you in the core. But yeah, I mean, Boston's up there.
Hold up. Is Boston the greatest ever, or are they the luckiest ever?
Well,
OT.
Oh, crap. Gurveer.
okay. Well, you could say they went through 86 years waiting for that next Sox World Series. So you could
Facts
say,
only, people.
Yeah.
Facts only.
well, I
Yeah,
think everyone knows that fact.
But they
to
won
be honest.
2 since.
Yeah, so you could say they paid their dues if you want to.
And Boston.
If you want to say,
How many? Sorry, Boston. How
Sorry.
many championships have the Celtics won?
16.
How many championships?
Facts only.
And in the last decade, the Patriots have. Well, probably not the decade anymore. In the last 15 years, the Patriots have won
Yeah.
3 Super Bowls and have also been to 2 others.
The Brady era.
Yes, the only.
Been to 3 others.
Yeah,
If you
the
count the one
only
back-
dynasty of the 21st
yeah,
century. You
Green
can
Bay.
still say that.
Well,
Yeah, so there's been a lot of success.
What else
There's
can
been
you
a lot
say
of.
the Bruins, they won a cup. not too long ago. They also lost a cup not too long ago. The Boston Bruins. Oh man, that was sweet, wasn't it? When Boston lost to Chicago, for all you Maple Leafs fans, that was sweet.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about, OT?
I can't say I do, but I'm sure listeners do.
Don't worry. They were playing the Florida Panthers and they won.
Florida Panthers.
Florida.
Sorry for feeling under OT, but yeah, we love the Florida Panthers.
Who
I need
else?
to be in Florida right now.
Yeah.
Who else in North America do you think? What other city has that kind of success?
Well, you got to look at Chicago, right? I mean, you have the Michael Jordan Bulls at the 89 or 88, all the way through to like 96, 2-3 peats. And they got a couple other teams up there, but the Michael Jordan Bulls really pretty much made Chicago relevant for me personally. I don't know.
Gurveer, any thoughts?
Yeah, I think another contender you have to look at is Detroit. Their only real weak link is in the real weak link in
Detroit.
No, I say Detroit. Well, hear me out on
Detroit.
this. Hear me out on this.
The auto industry is a weak link.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Kill him.
Shout out to Eminem.
Yeah, Berserk, man. He's Berserk. Anyway, actually, he's a rap god. Have you heard that new single?
Keep going, Gurveer.
All right.
Keep going. We're losing you.
Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to say Detroit. I think especially in the early 2000s, it looked like Detroit was on a good high, except for the Lions, because you had the Tigers were making a good charge. They were getting into the World Series. Then you had the Pistons won an NBA championship. It looked like they probably could have won more NBA championships. And then you had the Red Wings still winning even past into the late 2000s. So a lot of wins there in Detroit recently.
Interesting.
It's interesting.
Choice.
New York is pretty good. No?
Well,
The
New York's
Giants
a
have
giant,
won
though. Yeah.
2 Super Bowls. The Yankees
Manning
won
era. Yep.
a lot of World Series.
A lot of stuff.
The Mets made the World Series that one year, I guess. The Knicks, it's been a while. The Nets.
Hey, they got Melo.
Yeah. The Rangers, they won a couple, back when Messier, I don't know if Messier was on there when they won, but back in 94.
94, yeah.
94. That's a city that you might want to look at. I'm trying to think through Miami, the Heat. They won a couple.
Come on.
Hold on. Hear me out.
Don't start this. Don't do
Heat,
this.
No, I'm being honest. The Heat won 3, right? The Marlins won 2 in the 90s.
Well, they didn't win 3,
World
actually.
Series.
And the Florida Panthers.
The Florida Panthers are obviously the greatest franchise in the history of the NHL.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't you even consider them to be a top 3?
For those of you who are new to sports, we apologize for all the sarcasm because pretty much everything we're saying right now is completely wrong.
Well, joking aside, the Florida Panthers did make the Stanley Cup Finals in 1995.
Yeah,
Congrats
I totally knew that. 95.
Who are there? The Dolphins. They won, right? Yeah, they have the greatest season in the history of in the NFL, right? The 1972 Dolphins.
We're taking it back that far?
Wow.
True. I
guess.
mean, we're talking ever or whatever, right? Edmonton?
Edmonton, yeah.
I heard that thrown out earlier.
The Eskimos, Edmonton Eskimos. Ricky Ray.
Shout out to CFL.
Shout out to the one team in the CFL that looks like the Green Bay Packers. That's why I love the
Of course.
Speaking of CFL.
No, I want to go to a CFL game.
No, you don't. Speaking of the CFL, major news for football in general, because this guy is not just a good CFL player. He is a great football player.
He's not going to retire.
You know what I'm talking about?
He's not going to retire.
Anthony Calvillo, the longtime quarterback of the Montreal Alouettes.
Nah, he's not retired.
Was knocked out of the year yesterday or something like that with a concussion.
Yeah, it's been recurring actually all season.
Okay.
So
as you can tell, I don't follow CFL at all. Please add another down. So this is big news, right? This guy is the leading pro football passer ever.
Well, 20 plus years in the position.
So more than even in the NFL, more than any of the NFL guys ever.
Right. I mean, CFL is a passing league as much as it is 3 downs.
Yeah,
it's passing league.
He's still
for
the greatest.
He's good.
In
he's
ever.
great. I know his name.
Yeah, and Gurveer even probably has heard of him. And Gurveer's from Brampton, where they don't even know what football is.
Whoa.
Oh, okay. Next break, we'll see.
You want me to take you kabaddi style, man?
I don't know what that means, but
okay. Wait, I'm at cricket.
Watch yourself.
I'm at cricket bat in my
we don't want to start.
Okay,
we don't want to start wars. I love you, Brampton.
Calvillo's
I love you,
actually out for
Brampton.
the season, and if he retires at any point, I'll have to give him a tribute on this show. But we hope he's not retiring, and we hope he's great, man.
Back to the topic at hand. Let's let me think.
Eskimos.
So we got So we got.
Well,
I'm trying
what
to
about
think.
Montreal, though? Now we're talking about Calvillo.
Yeah,
you
but,
you
like-
have the Canadians alone.
Okay.
And then you have Alouettes have been very successful since.
Yeah, but so is the Argos. Nobody counts them.
Yeah, okay.
We're not counting CFL. Let's just be honest.
All right.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
If you don't have 4 downs, you don't get to play in the big leagues.
Well, I don't support that opinion. I respect all athletic competition, okay?
I love the CFL, you know.
Okay, so then shout out to the guys in Syracuse who have won, like, I don't know how many AAA championships, right? Because, yeah, that's what we're going for. Yeah, let's go Syracuse and Binghamton. Shout out to Binghamton. All right? Shout out to Binghamton. And who else do we got here? Redding, California. Shout out to Redding, California. Spokane, Washington, home to Spokane Chiefs. They're a pretty good team, too, right? I can keep going all day.
Memorial Cup,
Moncton.
yeah.
Let's go Moncton.
Yeah.
How you doing, Moncton? Bay Cormeau, right?
Okay.
Part of the Quebec Hockey League. Anyways, my point is, Gurveer,
Yeah.
stop talking.
Okay. Well, Montreal has to have 23.
That's true.
Cups,
They got the
okay?
cups.
They got the cups.
So if we're going to
okay.
count Edmonton, we probably should count Montreal.
Yeah, okay.
But then on that logic, we should probably count Toronto as well.
Yeah.
Because we have 2 World Series as
But
well.
then you could say Toronto has that long gap, right?
But we have 2 World Series.
Yeah, 2 World Series. Okay, yeah. Shoot, they're baseball.
And we've had a Grey Cup
Not as
that
successful.
often, not that long ago, right?
Yeah.
Was that
Year?
CFL?
Last year, Grey
CFL?
Cup. Well, if he's going with this.
All right.
CFL.
I'm not saying you have to count CFL.
Well, then we may
I'm
as well.
saying you could respect. You could still respect athletic achievements. That's all I'm saying.
What about?
Okay.
I'll throw one out for you. What about the state of Alabama?
Alabama. I mean, you talk college football. They're up there. Dynasty.
Even college basketball with Auburn, remember?
Yeah, Auburn, even in football.
Charles
Cam
Barkley.
Newton when he was back
Yeah,
there.
Cam
Charles
Newton.
Barkley in basketball. Yeah, but, you know, on a professional level, they're not nowhere to be found. Is there a professional
Let's go
sports
back to.
team
Let's
in-
go back to.
Alabama's a
No.
small state.
I gotta do
Yeah.
some research.
Let's
But
go back
yeah,
to. Let's go back to my Miami topic though. What about the Hurricanes? They've won a couple of football. They were there.
Yeah,
They used
the
to be
U,
the
the U.
big, the U, right? Ray Lewis,
Swag.
Ed Reed.
A lot of Michael Irvin
You
was
gotta
up
watch
there.
that. You gotta watch that 30 for 30
Yo, I'm telling
documentary
you,
on the
I'm
U.
telling you.
That's
There's a new 30 for 30 that came out this week, but I think it was on boxing. I can't remember the name, but yeah, go check it out.
Consensus.
Big fan of that.
Everybody pick a city. Which city in North America is the greatest sports city? And you can't pick Boston.
Florida,
That's not a city.
Miami.
Gurveer.
I'm gonna go with Chicago.
And I am going to go with the largest city in New York. We're going to take a break. We have OT's Blitz if our computer doesn't die before then.
Let's get it.
You are listening to Toronto's only university sports podcast, I hope, in the core.
And breathe, just breathe. Oh, breathe, just breathe.
All right, you were back with in the core. Almost caught. I had to catch myself there because, you know, they're going to time me this week. So as soon as I say
At
Blitz,
least we didn't switch gears 75 times this week, you know.
Okay, so switching gears, people. We're going to switch over to the Blitz, and this is going to be the fast-paced section of the show. I know everything else has been kind of mellow, but, you know, I'm here with that energy, and I'm giving you my last piece of, I don't know, energy.
Waves. Feeling
But
waves.
I'm ready to go. Who's calling me in? Who's timing me, actually?
Gurveer's got the watch.
All right, it's right here. Thanks. Shout for making this stopwatch on their smartphone.
Are they sponsoring the show?
Nah, I hope they are. Actually, no, sorry. We're still sponsoring the show. My mistake. One sucks.
I don't know. Okay.
Okay, I guess doesn't have. Okay.
No comment.
All right.
We should
All right.
probably. Can you beep the company names out, or
Oh, should we?
I think you should.
No. Wait.
Just do it.
Are we getting a suit or something?
No, but I think we should.
Okay.
I'll tell you why after.
Okay. Oh, okay. Never
Cryptic
mind.
talk, folks. Cryptic talk.
All right.
Start the podcast. Start the Blitz.
All right.
All right, come in.
All right. Are you ready to go? Well,
Yeah,
Okay.
I
We'll
was
do it.
born ready, son.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, in hockey news, an amazing development this week, actually, because we were just having this conversation a couple of weeks ago about fighting in hockey. The U.S. women's hockey team faced off against the Canadian women's team last weekend. They ended up being a brawl in the game. So people are kind of worried that the men's attitude towards the game is going into the women's game. And I mean, I gotta go look up that YouTube video, but I'm sure it was dangerous and no one wants to see that. But yeah, they need to play it safe next time. Secondly, Andrew Wiggins, Canadian star, expected to go number 1 in the 2014 NBA draft. There's rumors this week that his shoe deal could actually go for a $180 million contract. $180 million contract for a kid from Canada playing basketball. So, I mean, I'm seeing another story that's saying it's a hoax, but hey, he's going to get $100 million anyway.
What did LeBron get?
LeBron's gotten too much money. Don't stop me. See, you throwing me off. You're throwing me off. And lastly, Bill Russell, NBA legend, 11-time NBA champion, was arrested this week for carrying a gun at an airport. You would imagine a guy who the NBA championship is named after would have better judgment and not embarrass himself, his family, and his game of
You don't know.
basketball.
Maybe it was for hunting, you know. I hear that Karl Malone's a big hunter.
Yeah, but
Hunter and fisher, so you never know.
a bag in
I know.
an airport.
I think that's just stupid, but, you know, we don't know. Maybe he just forgot. He had a rough day. I don't know. Somebody put it in there.
Yeah,
He's
shout out to
also
Bill
like
Russell.
he's 80 years old.
I know. The guy is 80 years
Yo,
old.
I love his white hair and white beard. Anyways.
You'll get that
Shout
one
out
day.
to Bill
You'll
Russell.
get that
Don't
one
get
day.
arrested and just hope you get your life.
Wait,
or act
are you
back
done?
Together. I'm done.
Okay.
I was
time.
done like a minute
No,
ago.
time.
All right, no, well, time then officially 1 minute and 38 seconds.
Congratulations.
38 seconds.
You're within 2 minutes now, so we're getting there. But I got to say, I like the longer blitzes where we get more interesting stories. So
Yeah, you know, I got a bunch of stuff. If you want me to keep going,
Keep
I can
going.
go. And, you know, I'll drop some tweets after, you know, so you guys can check out some of this
that's
interesting
true.
stories.
My three accounts need to have that.
Chris Duhon, actually, a basketball player. Not the most popular player out there, but he's stuck in the league. He actually got into an argument with a random person in a parking lot of a shopping mall, and the dude ended up hitting Chris Duhon, NBA player, with his car.
What was the shopping mall?
I don't know, man. Target? Something?
Target? I'm
Yeah.
thinking, what's Chris Duhon doing at Target?
Shopping.
Target has a good reputation.
Yo,
in the
they might be
States.
superstars, but they still shop.
No, but Target, really?
No, but I saw when I used to go on gossip websites, which I still sometimes do. I saw a picture of Kate Beckinsale and her husband in Target.
Did they have a sale or something?
No,
You need to
she
get
was-
her-
she was
Why don't we go to
walking around
Target,
shopping.
OT?
I don't know, man. But yeah, here's to hoping Chris Duhon is actually okay, because it's pretty crazy. It was an intentional hit and run.
You guys watch Inside the NBA at all?
Not recently. Why?
Well, obviously not recently because they don't. There's no
not back
NBA
yet,
right now, but I mean, Shaqtin' a Fool. Do you ever see Shaqtin' a Fool?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, so watch Chris Duhon's. I forget what it was. Travel dance. Watch Chris Duhon's travel dance.
Okay.
It's hilarious. And watch it on Shaqtin' a Fool. Don't watch it off like the original broadcast. Let Shaq do his commentary.
Yo, you know what I,
I
missed?
died
Cord
laughing.
cuts.
That's old, really old.
do
It's
that.
like
They still do
pulling
that.
it back from back when Tim McAuliffe and
Yeah,
Sid Six-Zero
I
used
love
to be
that
on the
show.
score.
Our
Now
segment or whatever.
Now it's what is it now? Sportsnet 360. So.
Actually, now it's the Blitz on In the Core. And my last story.
Are we still timing?
Right. Oh no, this is the 1 minute.
I'm just checking. I'm just checking.
This is
I'm
like
just
the
dropping off my ex's
So from
topics.
now
I have
on,
to cut
OT's going to do 2 blitzes. The 1 minute blitz where he talks about 3 words, and then
the
the actual
random-
blitz where
random
we
segment.
talk
There
about
you go.
everything else.
Yeah, you know, just give it one life after a long show. But yeah, soccer player in Wales, his grandfather years ago when he was born actually bet £125,000 that one day his grandson Harry Wilson would play for the Welsh national team. And last weekend, grandfather cashed in on that bet as Harry Wilson, at 16 years old, made his international debut for the Wales national team. So, hey, for any of our listeners out there, if you got a young cousin, nephew, brother, or whatever, you might want to put some money down that he's going to make it far, and you could cash in a few years from now. And with that, I am done. I'm going to give this a name. If you want to vote for a name, hit us up. But this is our random segment of the week.
And just checking Twitter for some breaking news. Apparently someone thinks How I Met Your Mother is one of the funniest shows he's ever seen so far. A little late for that, don't you think?
Yeah, especially it's gotten really bad the last couple of seasons.
And I'm pretty sure this is the last season of the show.
Yeah,
So
and it is not a good last season.
we'll catch on.
I've watched every single episode, and these are not funny episodes. I'm sorry.
What else do we
you
have?
know they introduced who the mother
Yeah,
mother
they
is?
introduced her.
That blew my mind.
Yeah, the mother.
should we
Okay, anyway.
put
Sure?
like spoiler alerts on this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh crap! No,
Oh,
this
yeah.
is from last season. No, this is from
Yeah,
last season.
but I'm just
Yeah.
saying. You want to spoil the ending of
All
Breaking
right.
Bad too? What else? Scotiabank Toronto Waterfront Marathon tomorrow.
Okay,
So shout out to
big
everyone
supporters with that.
who's running.
Oh, and the UBL.
It's gonna be cold.
The UBL, the Universal
What is the
B-Boy
UBL?
League. The Universal B-Boy
OT.
League has an event in Toronto. tomorrow. Toronto tomorrow.
So
Toronto
tomorrow is
Sunday, October 20th at
so
6
probably
p.m.
today.
Yeah, probably when you
If
hear
you're
this.
hearing
So
this on
wherever you're
Sunday.
listening to this, run over to wherever it's at. Sorry, I don't have the location right now, but just Google or Facebook Universal B-Boy League or hit up our In the Court page and we'll have a link to that. But yeah,
And by the way, 95% of the things that we say we're going to have on the In the Court page, we never actually put
go.
up.
So if you
shout
really
out to
want
that.
it, request it.
Email Gurveer at Gurveer dot his last name at email.com.
Whoever's the man.
Quick final check on Twitter. Don't think there's anything else. Just checking. Give me a second. 0-0 in the Leafs game.
Shout out to Nigeria. Actually, we had a big win in our hopes of making the World Cup last weekend. I was watching that game; it was pretty intense. So shout out to Nigeria.
And shout out to Brett Laurie, who apparently today for him is leg day. Happy leg day,
Okay.
Brett Laurie.
So, have you ever getting a leg day?
No,
Doesn't look like it.
no, not much of a leg. I don't do the legs that much.
Okay.
But endurance,
Good work for you.
endurance, top notch.
You're
Top
taking
notch.
shots. I'm not going to feel waste, though. I'm not going to feel waste.
Well, last thoughts, guys. OT, final thoughts.
It's been a long week. Next week's going to be even longer, so hope you guys enjoyed hearing my voice. I actually got better over the course of the show, so thanks for whatever happened. Yeah, looking forward to this week.
Are you really?
No, I'm not.
Gurveer.
Well, yeah. As you guys may know, we've run into some problems with the country of Germany.
Stupid Germany, seriously.
Seriously.
Oh, we got listeners in Germany.
No, we don't, because
Say
we're
that.
banned in Germany.
Yeah.
True.
So
True.
in response, I think for a little bit of an outro song, I think I'm going to use a very distinctly Canadian song.
What are you
I
doing?
thought this
Okay.
was a surprise.
So let's guess.
Spoiler.
Do you have it in your mind? Have it in your mind?
I have.
Let's see if I can guess.
Okay, I have one in my mind. Sure.
So you give me a thumbs up if it is that, and you give me a thumbs down if it's not, so that the listeners don't know and they get to be surprised.
Okay.
And we'll carry out the show like this. So we'll keep on going until I get it.
Really?
Okay, so I'm going to ask a question, and you're going to say yes or no. But remember, thumbs up, thumbs down.
Okay,
so,
got it.
Is it an old song? Okay. Is it by a woman? Okay. Is it by a band? Is it a rap?
I think he knows.
We're not doing that. Can
All right.
we do another song?
All right, fine, we'll do
Do
it.
you have it in your mind? Another song?
Well, there's a lot of Canadian
Pick
songs. I
one.
mean, Canada's a great country, great music, man.
Let's do some Shania Twain.
Yeah, sure.
There you go.
Shania Twain.
Shania Twain. What do you think about that, OT?
I love me some Shania Twain.
Do you know who Shania Twain is?
Yeah, my dad used to bump her way back when. I can't
Your
say I
dad
know
used
her
to
music.
what?
Bump her.
What does that even mean?
He used to play her music out loud.
I've never heard of that terminology.
Ladies and
Have you
gentlemen,
heard that?
phrase of the day. My dad used
No,
to.
like seriously, I thought
We were like, whoa.
I know,
for a
whoa,
second.
whoa.
You guys know what bump her is?
No,
Okay,
No
bump
idea.
Music. People bump music.
Yeah, but we thought, okay, should I trade like your
Don't.
mom or something?
Let's not go there.
Are you my mom?
Ox, everyone.
Ox.
Anyways, final thoughts, Gurveer. Oh, we already said your final thoughts. Final
Yes,
thoughts
sir.
from
Final
me.
thoughts,
I'm
swap.
tired. I need sleep. So shout out to sleep. It's gonna be a good week, I think. Yep, that's about it. Shout out to the Leafs, who are 6-2, something like that. They're playing tonight in Chicago. Shout out to the St. Louis Cardinals, who won the National League pennant yesterday, and probably the Boston Red Sox are gonna clinch the deal tonight.
Djokovic?
Shout out to Novak Djokovic. I don't know why, but there's an article about
Who
it.
won the Shanghai?
There's an article
Shanghai?
about him winning the Shanghai Masters on
Masters.
cannon.skule.ca, and hopefully we'll get that new writer who apparently can write about tennis.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And check out my basketball article. I'll be
Don't check
dropping
out
another
OT's
one.
basketball article. It's fairly
It's going to be
over.
coming out bi-weekly, so check me out every 2 weeks. on
Bi-weekly because
cannon.skule.ca.
it takes him that long to write an article. Check out Pigskin Preview while we're dropping names. The weekly article on the NFL. For those of you who think we're annoying, don't listen to us anymore. But for everyone else, thank you for your listenership. We love the fact that, oh, by the way, we hit 115 views on our last podcast.
Kill 'em.
Or the podcast before that, sorry.
Yo, and shout out to all our listeners doing midterms. You know, like we said earlier, listen to the show while you study for your midterms. It helps. It's scientifically proven.
And shout out to Gurveer, who doesn't have any midterms. Goodbye. This is In the Core. We'll see you next week.